and thank you so much for joining us on this edition of This Friday with me, Betty Keller, right here on TV 47. Well, I trust that you had a great week, a great day, and I'm going to try my best to make sure that it actually ends on a high. Now, of course, we have comprehensive coverage of the day's events by our brilliant reporters. Plus, of course, on the show, we have your favorite, Willis, the word master, is going to be joining us from Kisii County. Always a favorite on the show, teaching us how to pronounce English words properly and better. Well, he's on standby and he will be joining us later on. Well, we also have a chat with gospel sensation Israel Mbonyi from Rwanda. Now, listen up. He will be performing tomorrow at the African Worship Experience concert right here in the city. And I'm sure that many Kenyans are really looking forward to it. Well, it's going to be a great show. Let's begin with the highlights. Court halts police arrest of businessman Jimmy Wanjigi following a terrifying night raid on his Muthaiga home.
Miwad for 3 days. This time it has been for 2 days. For nothing else but expressing our political right to express ourselves.
Parliament vets Attorney General nominee Dorcas Odwar and her EAC nominee counterpart Beatrice Askul. Also tonight, Raila's AUC bid gains momentum as former Somalia Foreign Affairs Minister Fawzia Yusuf Adam backs his chairmanship.
Support his candidacy, and I'm very pleased to do it.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin our coverage tonight. And the High Court has issued conservatory orders restraining police from arresting businessman Jimmy Wanjigi pending determination of the suit filed by him. Justice Bahati Mwamuye directed that the businessman shall not be arrested with a mention slated for August 16th. Jimmy Wanjigi had on Friday sued the Director of Public Prosecutions, Ranson Igonga, and the Inspector General of Police, Gilbert Masengeli, over Thursday's raid at his Muthaiga residence, and Ruga Ival has these details.
The High Court has issued a temporary order stopping the police from arresting and curtailing the movement of businessman Jimmy Wanjigi pending a decision on his case. On this amateur video, it was an unprecedented night of terror for the Wanjigi family. Beginning before dusk, his wife Irene Wanjigi can be heard pleading with the armed men not to open fire after police forcibly raided their home.
Don't shoot me, do not shoot me, do not shoot me, do not shoot, do not shoot me, do not shoot me in my house.
As soon as the police withdrew, Wanjigi resurfaced and charged at the acting Inspector General and the Director of Public Prosecutions with myriad of accusations.
7 years ago, they say the more things change, the more they stay the same. 7 years ago, right on these steps, had a similar incident and a similar press conference. We were Miwad for 3 days. This time it has been for 2 days. So kindly, stop killing our children. It's about time we stop those tabias. So please, Kenyans, stand with those who are hurting for expressing their democratic right, for voicing their opinions, for standing up for the better of Kenya, because that's what they're standing up for.
The embattled businessman now claims the police illegally invaded his home and attempted to arrest him without proper grounds, demanding accountability for the damages caused.
They declared that they purported to have recovered 300 grenades, vests, helmets, and walkie-talkies.
Wanjigi also lashed out at the president, condemning his authoritarian methods and accusing him of crushing dissent against the Kenya Kwanza government, questioning his administration tact.
But let me tell you, if there was somewhere to fund them, I would fund them. If there was some channel, I can take the little money I have to make sure that they have water and that they have toothpaste so that they can handle this tear gas that is illegally thrown at them. I would do it. Are they doing anything illegal? No. They're exercising their democratic right. All right? So I would like to know which government agency is saying I am funding.
Ruga Eval, TV 47.
Now, the National Assembly Committee on Appointments has criticized Attorney General nominee Dorcas Ageg-Oduor and the EAC cabinet nominee on their suitability in their respective offices, with Oduor stating that she will use her experience within the corridors of justice to streamline the sector with what she says she will give fair and responsible advice to government on all matters and prevent further losses of bills. As our senior parliamentary reporter Elizabeth Mutuku now tells us, EAC nominee Beatrice Sacco was put to task to explain how she will foster trade relations within the EAC member countries, as well as dealing with ASOL's challenges.
Friday, and the abrasive Attorney General nominee Dorcas Ageg-Oduor and Beatrice Sacco appeared before the National Assembly Appointments Committee to defend their suitability.
Its consideration shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Oduor assured the Speaker Wetangula-led committee that she will ensure the country doesn't incur unnecessary expenses in legal cases by approving watertight cases once approved in the office, insisting that she will be hands-on in advising ministries, department and authority on how they should deal with court matters to ensure they seek alternative dispute resolution mechanism.
Many cases are lost in court. That has occasioned government losing many cases in courts, and some that are very costly to taxpayers.
Is to find out why they have been declared unconstitutional. Number two, I would make sure that as the Attorney General, I advise that wherever we come up with a bill, it meets the constitutional requirements as provided. Thank you.
That the 85 million worth Oduor and the first woman to be vetted in Attorney General's office promised to reform the criminal justice system in a bid to end perennial delays in courts, stating that she would also reform limitations around rights of arrested persons in a bid to resolve the inequity between the rich and the poor.
To revamp the office of the public trustee to be able to help, one, proper communication to the public that you exist and what you can do so that people know where you are, who you are, and how to come to you for assistance.
The Office of the Attorney General that is represented in all the 47 counties and in all the court stations, that is accessible, that is available, that can give legal advice to all Kenyans when and at a place that is required.
Meanwhile, on the same committee, EAC nominee Beatrice Sacco was put to task to show how she will tackle the recurring border challenges on matters trading within the EAC member countries.
I've also been part of this challenge myself some time back, where a truck can take a whole week to be cleared. But now, at least now that it is becoming to our realization as an assembly, I think we need all of us to put our brains together and put all the ministries concerned.
The committee is expected to table its report before the House next week, Tuesday. Elizabeth Mutuku, TV 47, Nairobi.
Now, a day after the new set of cabinet secretaries were sworn in at State House, Nairobi, several of them have begun their work as promised. Salim Mvurya appointed to the Trade and Investments Portfolio, and Ali Hassan Joho signed to Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime were among the first to arrive at their offices. Take a look.
So you are good to go, Your Excellency.
Friday morning, Salim Mvurya held his first meeting as the new cabinet secretary for the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry. Flanked by his principal secretary Alfred Ombudo and a delegation from the African Growth and Opportunity Act AGOA U.S. trade representatives, the meeting took place at the NSSF buildings to forge a plan.
They are being engaged on different issues. So that when the peers and the team are at the table, they have now, collected views from different people.
His principal secretary, seated beside him, provided a detailed overview and guidelines of the current state of the ministry and the ongoing negotiations.
We are having discussions on agriculture and sanitary and phytosanitary measures to improve the ease with which agricultural products can be exported on a two-way basis.
Meanwhile, a few kilometers away, the new Cabinet Secretary for Blue Economy and Mining, Ali Hassan Joho, officially assumed office, welcoming members of the press. Salim Vuria later visited the Maritime offices to officially hand over the office to Ali Hassan Joho. Both CSs are among the first to assume their roles, express their commitment and determination to succeed despite the controversies surrounding their appointments.
You've done quite a bit of work, but let me assure you we'll take over from where we've left.
Reporting for TV47, Agnes Jindo.
Following her swearing in on Thursday this week, it is now clear that Dr. Deborah Mulongo Barasa will take over as the Cabinet Secretary of the Health Docket. But this crucial ministry has been grappling with some challenges that have proven difficult to tackle. Our Health Science reporter now looks into some of the key issues the new Health CS will need to critically address.
On Friday, Dr. Deborah Mulongo Barasa, the newly appointed Cabinet Secretary for Health, was warmly welcomed by the ministry's top management team. Now, this seems like a trial by fire in her debut. Mulongo's entry has significant hurdles facing the ailing health sector. Her primary task will be to ensure a smooth transition from the National Health Insurance Fund to the Social Health Authority, all while navigating within legal boundaries. This transition is particularly delicate given the various legal challenges the new health scheme has faced, the most recent being a court suspension of its implementation on the 12th of July.
I believe that it is critical that we have a transition plan or a transition guideline to ensure that our mothers and our children can access care even during the transition process.
Another issue Dr. Deborah will face is the welfare for healthcare workers. The perennial strikes witnessed among various cadres in the health sector echoes the failed human resource in the health sector. This year alone, the Ministry of Health has been on the spot following the 56-day-long doctor strike who are protesting over the posting of medical interns. 99-day-long clinician strike, the lab technicians were also not spared from the industrial action.
And we are calling upon the Ministry of Health, now that we have new blood, that they can be able to ensure that we streamline internship.
That our demand is that interns must be posted as it has been the norm, and they be paid as it has been the norm.
The health sector received a huge budget slash in the current financial year with only 141.2 billion Kenya shillings, a decline from 146.8 billion Kenya shillings in the 2022-2023 financial year. The wanting state of health financing was evident this year when children missed out on routine immunization due to lack of vaccines following a 3.6 billion Kenya shillings debt owed to suppliers.
If we don't have enough financing for the SHI, then the implementation will not be seamless. Equally, we need to address the logistics challenges that may arise during that.
The Ministry of Health has made headlines time and again over corruption, from the 7.7 billion Kenya shillings COVID-19 scandal to the 3.7 billion Kenya shillings mosquito net scandals at KEMSA and the 20 billion Kenya shillings graft scandal at NHIF. So just how will Dr. Barasa eradicate corruption in the ailing health sector?
I think that we need to strengthen the processes and procedures that exist, and one of the ways is through a digital platform.
Elizabeth Atieno, TV47.
Tonight, Azimio coalition leader Raila Odinga's candidacy for the African Union Commission chairmanship received a major boost on Friday after Somalia former Foreign Affairs Minister Fawzia Adam endorsed Odinga's bid. Fawzia, a career diplomat who visited Odinga at his current home here in Nairobi, said that she made the decision in the spirit of East African unity and Pan-Africanism. Apollo Kamau reports.
Azimio coalition chief Raila Odinga's diplomatic push to bolster his campaign for the African Union Commission chairmanship paid off after Somalia former Foreign Affairs Minister Fawzia Yusuf endorsed Odinga's bid after stepping down last week.
In the spirit of Pan-Africanism and for Eastern Africa unity and development, I would like to support his candidacy, and I'm very pleased to do it.
I'm very grateful to my sister here for the generosity she has exhibited by accepting to step down in our favor. And she has also assured me that she will work together with me in this campaign so that we can be able to bring this seat here back home.
This is the second time Fawzia is withdrawing her candidacy after making a similar move in 2016 for the then Foreign Affairs Minister Amina Mohamed, who later lost to Musa Faki of Chad. Insiders in diplomatic circles say Kenya and Djibouti pressured Somalia to drop her candidacy in favor of their respective candidates.
We want Africa to unite and speak with one voice. We don't want to be talking about Christians and Muslims, Anglophone, Francophone.
The Odinga campaign team, which welcomed the endorsement, is confident of causing an upset in the AUC race, given the three candidates, Mahamoud Yusuf of Djibouti, Richard James of Madagascar, and Anil Gayan of Mauritius, come from French-speaking countries, which might split the Francophone vote, working to Kenya's advantage. Apul Kamau, TV47.
President William Ruto on Friday landed in Kiharu constituency, Murang'a County, for his development tour of Mount Kenya region. Ruto was accompanied by different Mount Kenya leaders, said his main objective is to bring development to the country and to Kenyans in general.
Unaona, juzi nimesema wacha nitengeneze serikali ya Wakenya wote. Nimesema hakuna ya watu wengine kukaa nje wawe wananipigia makelele, wakuja hapa. Ama namna gani? Ndio kama ni kutafuta ushuru, tutafute sisi wote.
Si huyu kiongozi sisi ndio tulimchagua? Si tuliamuka mapema? Si amekuja kurudisha mkono? Pigine makofi. Sisi tumekuja hapa Murang'a, mambo ya barabara, mambo ya stima, mambo ya soko. Rais akija kuhakikisha ya kwamba yale ambaye aliahidi tumeanza kutekeleza. Mheshimiwa Rais, hao ni wakulima ya kahawa, makadamia, avocado. Na mambo ya makadamia mnajua tulingangana, si ndio? Hapo mbeleni ilikuwa shilingi 20, sasa iko zaidi ya 100. Hapo mtupigie makofi, hata sisi tumejaribu.
Mimi nimebadilisha board ile inasimamia KCC kwa sababu walikuwa wananisumbua. Sasa nimeweka board mpya, nitaweka management mpya kwa sababu tunataka maziwa iuzwe shilingi 50 kwa mkulima kwa lita moja.
Now, the Kenya Pipeline Company has launched a public awareness campaign in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County, emphasizing the importance of protecting oil pipelines to ensure community safety. Now, the campaign, conducted in collaboration with Cape Media, targeted residents of Huruma, Cheptiret, Outspan and Burnt Forest. Andrew Kilemi with the details.
Amidst the rhythm of music and dance, a lively convoy embarked from the Kenya Pipeline Company's Eldoret branch, winding through Huruma, Outspan, Cheptiret and Burnt Forest.
Kwamba Kenya Pipeline ni mali yako.
This spirited journey was not just a celebration, but a mission to raise awareness about the vital need to protect oil pipelines sneaking beneath the communities of Uasin Gishu County.
The people of Uasin Gishu, to sensitize them about the risks of staying near the right of way. We are telling the people to move away from the way so that they can be safe. We are talking about safety of the lives of the people.
The campaign, dubbed Linda Bomba, Linda Jamii, highlights the dangers of farming and commercial activities near these crucial infrastructures.
The road campaign exercise to sensitize the locals and the neighbors living along the way live, otherwise known as right of way, on the assets that the pipeline poses if it is interfered with.
As the convoy rolled through towns and villages, it entertained while educating the masses on safeguarding their homes from potential pipeline hazards.
Ninashukuru sana kwa nafasi hii, nikishukuru Radio 47 kwa ushirikiano na kampuni ya pipeline. Ni mara yangu ya kwanza kupata mawasiliano kama haya kutoka kwa kampuni ya pipeline na sikuwa na habari.
In addition to spreading awareness, the Kenya Pipeline Company issued crucial guidelines ensuring locals know exactly what to do in case of a leakage, steps that could save lives and livelihoods.
The Kenya Pipeline Company continues to sensitize residents of Uasin Gishu County on the importance of staying vigilant along the pipelines and to report any suspicious activities to relevant authorities. The sensitization continues tomorrow, targeting residents of Matharu, Makutano and Mau Summit. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47 Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County.
Sports news brought to you by Maybet. Bet bila stake. Predict the outcome of 8 pre-selected games and win up to 100,000 shillings. Only at maybet.com.
That's right. Let's now move on to some sporting action. And the second batch of the National Paralympics team arrived in Paris earlier today ahead of the Paralympic Games scheduled for later this month. Now, we understand that the team will travel northeast of the French capital to set up training base for 2 weeks. The squad will later move into the Olympic Village before the Olympic start of the Games on the 28th of this month. Now, Team Kenya is made up of 14 athletes who will be participating in 5 disciplines, including powerlifting, rowing, cycling, taekwondo, and athletics. The athletes are accompanied by their coaches, managers, medical team, and the National Paralympic Committee.
And I would also like to thank the entire government for the support. We have come here, and as we have been told by the director, competition is not that easy. So we are going to prepare. For now, we are going to campaign, and we will be there for 2 weeks.
Definitely wishing them all the best. Now, Sam Ojuka is one of the 14 para-athletes who will represent Kenya at the Paralympics in Paris, France from the 28th of this month. The 28-year-old long jumper is seeking to improve his personal best of 5.73 meters. And our reporter Tony Kwalanda tells us how Ojuka qualified for the global competition and his chances of a medal.
Kenya won only a bronze medal in the 2020 Paralympics, and Samson Ojuka is one of the athletes who are seeking to improve this medal tally at the 2024 Paralympics in Paris. The long jumper qualified for the Paralympics through his ranking during the 2024 World Para-Athletics Championships held in Kobe, Japan last May. The 28-year-old will be making his debut in the Games with a personal best of 5.73 meters. The Kenyatta University Law student has participated in 3 World Championships in Dubai, Paris, and Japan. The Maseno School alumnus is coached by Henry Nzugi, who is a former 2-time Paralympian in Rio 2016 and London 2012.
After nimetoka Rio, ndio nilikuja kurealize pia long jump naweza fanya, na nikaingia kwa long jump pia. Nikafanya long jump hadi 2022.
The former football striker in secondary school has also competed in 100 meters and 200 meters races in major championships.
Ile changamoto alikuwa nayo ni ya kupata board. Board ni mahali mtu anafaa kustep ndio step yake ya mwisho ndio aruke. Sasa alikuwa na misio board na hakuipata vizuri pale Kobe, Japan, na nikakuja kuifanyia kazi na sasa anaipata vizuri.
Ojuka is one of the 14 para-athletes who will represent the country in the 2024 Paralympics, which begin on the 28th of this month in the French capital. The other games Kenya will participate in are powerlifting, rowing, taekwondo, cycling and athletics. Tony Kwalanda, TV 47.
Sports news brought to you by Maybets. Bet bila stake. Predict the outcome of 8 pre-selected games and win up to 100,000 shillings. Only at maybets.com.
All right, so that is the end of our first part of our show tonight. Of course, the news coverage, but the good stuff is coming right after this short commercial break. Remember, talk to us on our social media platforms, on X, on Facebook, on Instagram. Just talk to us any way you can, all right? So let's take a break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Did you
Hey there friends, welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in? I was number 2. What position were you? Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us at
Friday with Betty. Brought to you by Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. With 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. For your shade of beautiful.
And welcome back to This Friday. Thank you so much for staying with us. And of course, it's going to be a great show. Remember, we have Willis, the Wordmaster, who's going to be joining us in just a little bit. We also have a conversation with Israel Mbonyi, and we'll be listening to that in a short while. But for now, ladies, I need to tell you something. I need your extra attention. Now, the Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care Body Lotion is a real game changer for us. Now, let me tell you, it provides 48 hours of deep nourishment and reduces the appearance of stretch marks in just 2 good weeks. Now, this lotion is made to meet our unique skincare needs as beautiful African women, giving us, of course, that radiant feeling that, of course, that we deserve as beautiful women. Now, it of course prevents dry, ashy skin, and it has 5 vitamins and 5 oils, and there's no need to actually mix additional oils to your Nivea Radiant and Beauty Body Lotion. The lotion by itself is just enough to give you well moisturized skin for 48 good hours. You love how your skin looks and feels because Nivea has your shade of beautiful. Isn't that so? So you need to try it out, the Nivea Radiant. And of course, from that, we just now want to cross over and listen into a conversation that my colleague Dr. Ofweneke had with the one and only Israel Mbonyi. They met earlier this week, and this is what, of course, they talked about. Take a look.
And of course, thank you so much, Betty Chala, of course, on Friday with Betty Live on TV47, your home of untold stories. And I am coming live from Parklands Baptist Church right in Westlands. And of course, I am hosting the one and only, the most anointed, ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited of them all, Africa's #1 worship artist currently, of course, with all his trending songs, ministering, anointing, and blessings, different households in different parts of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Rwanda, a gentleman that I met 7 years ago as an upcoming artist doing amazing work at the Groove Awards in Rwanda, in Kigali, and today is here as the biggest artist in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you just like we promised, Israel Mbonyi. Welcome to the show. Murakoze. How have you been?
I'm good.
I think you've gone a little bit light skinned since the last time I saw you. Is it the anointing or the money?
The anointing.
Okay. Oh, look at it. I like how worship people, we try to be very diplomatic. It's not the money, it's the anointing.
The anointing, yeah.
Welcome to Kenya.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel?
Good to see you, first of all.
Good to see you too. I've not grown, as you can see.
Yeah, I can say. You have not changed.
I didn't even remember until when you told me that we were together at the Groove Awards and we actually had a conversation.
We had a conversation. Backstage, when I won the Best Male Artist, you told me, that was a beautiful song. You should sing in a language that everybody can understand. And that time, I got to see, it clicked. It was a trigger, and now here I am.
I never thought, but these are the doing of God.
You're a prophet.
How is Rwanda? You guys are just from election, and now you're here?
Yeah, we are safe in Rwanda. We are happy. We are serving Lord, and the country is good, and everything is going well.
And we apologize that you came during Maandamano. We're calling it Nani Nani. It was happening on Thursday. And so whatever you saw, just know that was not real. If you saw anybody throwing stones or tear gas, it was not a real demonstration. We were shooting a movie.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Yeah, it's for Hollywood.
What's the end of it?
We don't know yet. We don't know. This is not your first time, actually.
Yeah.
You've been here before.
Yes.
What were you thinking about? How comes we didn't know that you're here?
Well, I came here when I was, I don't remember, 2016, 2015, like that, in December. I came here and gathered with my community, back home community, in Rwandan community. Only a few people came, and it wasn't like announced everywhere. So, and I also came, and I remember there's a producer that came to meet also here, in Kasarani somewhere.
Was that Teddy B or Tim still alive?
No, his name is Mastola.
Mastola.
Yes.
Mastola,
he come to Rwanda and back and forth. Yeah, and we wanted to work something together. But yeah, I came a couple of times, and in transit also I used to come and go like that. Yeah.
What do you think has changed? Have you seen anything different?
I haven't seen anything, by the way, before. I didn't see anything. I thought Kenya is a Kasarani and somewhere else. But
oh my goodness, you came from Rwanda and the first place they took you was Kasarani. Mirema. Aki wa Kenya tunaibu gani tunapeleka Mirema.
I was on Boda Boda also.
You actually on Boda Boda?
Yeah, I loved it. It's not like...
You enjoyed Boda Boda?
I did.
No, here Boda Boda they say if you... there's one of our very wise guys. We call it Amhenga. It's called BN. He says, ukieka msupa kwenye Boda Boda with something kipara. So Boda Boda is associated with people who, you know, yeah, but girls love it.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed Boda Boda.
You enjoyed Boda Boda?
I did. And guess what? I also had another person behind me also. We were 3 on one Boda Boda.
Israel Mbonyi came to Kenya 15 years ago and you were 3 of you on one Boda Boda.
Yeah,
you must have been going through a lot.
But I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it.
How can you love problems? You were 3 Israel.
No, it wasn't a problem. It was the real life. I was enjoying being me and being just normal.
With the biggest, let's say, album that is now all over. And especially in Nina City. And Nina City is such a big song right now that everybody literally is singing it everywhere. What is the story behind Nina City?
I don't know where I can start, but I reached to a point where I wanted God to do something new in my life. And I was already an artist back home, singing in my mother tongue, in Kinyarwanda. And you know, in Kinyarwanda, you can only be heard by Burundians, Rwandans, and Banyamulenge, some, you know, Bantu in that side.
And a little bit of where I come from, the Luya community.
Yes, kind of, yeah. And you also have a language here that sounds exactly like our language there.
Yes, we have, especially the Maragolis of Kenya, from the Luo tribe.
Yeah, they can speak and I can catch some words.
Yes.
You know, and then I already had like 4 or 5, and I was recording the 5th album. And then at that time I was praying and asking God to what's next? What's the next move? I don't know what's left. And the same night I had a dream. And then someone was singing that song in my ears. Nina Siri na Yesu. I have a record that I always play to people when I'm trying to make them listen to what I was going through that time. And when I woke up, I was sitting on my keyboard. I recorded the song in the night, but because I didn't remember any words, in the morning when I sat on the keyboard, all the words just came, and then I started writing that word. That's how I wrote Nina City. The second day again, the same guy came again and started singing, Wambie wanaolia, wakiteswa na malimwengu. And that was the song. That's how I received the song. And then I knew God wanted me to sing in Swahili that way.
So that's how Nina City came?
That's how it came.
When the rest, when they dream being followed by landlords and their exes. you are writing songs in your dreams.
Yeah.
What kind of anointing is this, my goodness?
I'm happy, I'm blessed.
And did you expect Nina City to become such a hit, especially in Kenya?
No way. And I tell you this, you know, to know that the song has peaked, you actually can see it on social media.
Yes.
So when I released Nina City, I was traveling from Belgium to Rwanda back from the concert, and I was with my whole team. And I just released the song. The first day, of course, the curiosity back home, people started watching the song. Second day, nobody watched it. Third day, fifth day, after a week, that's when I started seeing people watching and listening to a song, sending me the song. Like, do you know Swahili? Do you sing Swahili? I'm like, yeah, I try. But I didn't know people picked it until like 2 weeks after I released the song.
After you released the song?
Yes.
I think there's you in the gospel Sacco. Then there's also one of your brothers in the secular who's also did a very big song. I wanna look at you, baby kidogo.
Bruce Melody.
Yes, also such another very big song here as well.
He's good.
So I think Kenyans were always like this.
Thank you, Kenya.
Bring all your talent.
Thank you so much.
We normally make a joke that when Nigerians make a hit song, their first international performance is always Kenya, even if it's one song. So if you didn't do a whole album, you'd have done Nina City until you come to know what the city is, because you'll have sung Nina City like 5 times.
Wow.
And we love you, and we really do love you here.
Thank you.
We have such a certain respect for Rwanda as our small sister, and we hear stories of how you guys have Wi-Fi and chargers at the backstage. Is it true, first of all? Because
Like
I'm normally picked from the airport to the hotel room.
Oh, like we have Wi-Fi? You had?
Yeah, we've told you guys have Wi-Fi and power banks, and you can charge your phone at the bus stop as you're waiting for a bus.
Yeah, they do.
It's true.
They also have, we also have like a public garden where there's a free Wi-Fi. People go there and sit and do their job. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And despite you actually coming from Rwanda, where I mean, it's the hub of very beautiful women.
Yeah.
We also have very beautiful women. Our women are very beautiful and also very learned and very aggressive. Yours are a little bit aggressive on vibrate tone, on silent tone.
Yeah.
But I hear you're single, despite you having, you haven't, Japata Siri?
Oh, who says I'm single?
Oh, we've heard rumors that you are single despite coming from Rwanda.
Ah, yeah, okay. I don't know about being single, but I know about. But I'm having a wedding on a Saturday somewhere, someday.
The wedding on a Saturday. The date has not been set.
Yeah, but it will be on Saturday, and yeah, and that will be like maybe on Friday or something like that.
So to all the Kenyan ladies who have been thinking, Mimi ndio Syria, Israel. So bad news for them.
Syria ni Yesu, lakini we are praying and waiting.
Such bad news. Have you listened to any Kenyan artist?
Yes.
Which one?
Many of them, by the way. For actually a long time, I used to listen to them. Even some who changed and goes to secular music, I used to listen to them.
But just say them, it's okay. It's Bahati and Willie Paul.
Yeah. Bahati is a good guy, and I used to love his gospel music for sure.
Nice.
Masi Masika, I know all Guardian Angel, and I've checked on the brothers that were here together. Yeah, and the other one, I don't remember the name. They were, who were sitting there, the one with the.
That is Moji Shot Baba, an amazing
I saw his song, and he's good, amazing. And so I've checked on a couple of songs of them, and yeah, I love them.
Are we looking maybe a project between Rwanda and Kenya?
You know, everything starts by a conversation, you know. Once we get to know each other, we sit down and we talk. Why not? We'll do something good.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
There's one artist that I really think it's important that you can do a project with him. The whole country will really appreciate. When you go back to your room, you can do a little research about him. He's called Steve Simple Boy.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you do a collaboration between Israel Mbonyi and Steve Simple Boy,
isn't he the one who sang with Guardian Angel a song recently? It's called the.
No, not that one. Not that
one. Yeah.
No, this one has sung Vijana Twachemiadarati. Vijana Twachemiadarati. He's amazing.
I'll Google him.
Yeah. So you and him, same collabo.
Yeah.
Please don't text me after doing a research. I will. You see, the rest of the guys are laughing about it. As we almost finished, because I need to get back. We need to get it back to the studio to Betty Chalo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Saturday on the 10th. What are we expecting?
We are expecting God's move, for sure. We are expecting God to touch people's hearts. And I pray that no one comes there and go back the way he came. I want and I need and I ask God to touch all the hearts that will be there on that day. And I believe if you come, you're sick, you'll be healed. And I believe whatever you bring in front of God that day, it will be the day. It will be over that day. So you can believe with me and trust God with me together, and know we'll call upon God and He will answer our prayer.
Beautiful. And I was telling my wife, I need to go on Sunday, on Saturday, and just pray to God for God to open up, be in His presence to open up for this new revelation and this new elevation and this new instruction of what He needs me as Dr. Foneke to do. So I'll be looking forward to just enjoy and being in God's atmosphere.
And you know, you kind of sound like a prophet. You know, when you say things, sometimes you say things, because I know you do, you make a lot of people laugh, but I tell you this. Most of the things you say, even the joke you made back in Rwanda, some of them, like, you can relate. So you really should pray for that gift. If you don't have it, you should pray for that.
It's scary. You know, you better than anybody else, you know, a gifting or a calling is a scary thing. But the time you accept, you really have to really do your own consultations and everything. But I really appreciate it. I'm getting into a mode of prayer. So maybe as time goes by, God will be continually to reveal Himself to me. As we finish up, we just want to learn 3 words.
Yes.
3 words in Kenya, Rwanda, so that when we come to Kigali, we can now start a conversation. We just want a conversation starter.
With who?
Of course, with the lady. Yeah, so I don't know where there's a pen and paper. We just want a conversation. So first of all, how do you say hi in Kenya, Rwanda? Kenyan men, I hope you're taking your notes. We're going to be 50% already into the game. When you get to Rwanda, right from the airport to the air hostesses, of course, Kenya Airways, you already start pushing it. So first, how do you say hi in Kenya, Rwanda?
You say uraho.
Uraho.
Yes.
So Kenyan men, are we working together? So first of all, Uraho.
Yes.
Then the lady answers
Uraho.
Uraho too.
Yeah, it's Uraho. Just like that.
Uraho.
Yeah.
Number
If
two.
you want to put in a respect with someone, you respect as a Muraho.
Muraho.
Yeah, it's like a vous in French, like in plural, like you're trying to respect them.
So Kenyan men, we are together. Wisdom number one. Number two, how do you say you are looking good?
Urasaneza.
If you want to tell a Rwandan lady that you're looking good,
Urasaneza.
Urasaneza.
Yes.
Urasaneza. This one I will misuse it, I'm telling you. The last one. Nakupenda, that one you know. Nakukunda.
Ndagukunda, yes.
Then nakukunda.
Ndagukunda chane.
Nakukunda chane. Nakupenda sana. Nakukunda chane.
Yeah.
So Kenyan men, we're ready 25% into the game. Nigerian men, stay aside. As we finish, I'm telling you. So first of all, guys, so we are meeting on Saturday, on the 10th, at the Ulinzi Complex in Langata for the Africa Worship Israel Mbonyi concert. Israel Mbonyi Kenya concert, of course, live at the Ulinzi Complex at Langata, brought to you by Africa Worship Experience, Kenya's #1 TV station, that is TV47, your home of untold stories, and Kenya's #1 most listened to radio station, that is Radio 47, of course, Hapa Ndipo. And everything becoming live, of course, we shall be having a good time, we shall be worshiping together, we shall be getting into the presence of God together. Listen, Cape Media Radio 47 TV47, we just not about news and entertainment, we're also about bringing you full and flesh into the presence of God. Israel Mbonyi is going to be there. Please, those who have already won tickets, courtesy of Radio 47, make sure you are there as well. See, to Malisa Nina Siri, you know I can also sing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go. Nina Siri.
No, relax. You are bragging.
Okay.
That is bragging.
You go
No, the
first.
Bible says pride comes before fall, Israel.
Okay.
So you want to show ladies that you can sing?
I agree. I wait.
Betty, help me in the studio. Nina siri nayo Yesu yanifanya niwe jasiri. Ooh, yeah. But you very shallow in the studio.
God bless you. Thank you for seeing me.
Such an honor. Thank you so much.
Good to see my brother. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much for today.
See you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.
Ofadeke, just stick to what you know. Just leave music alone, please. But that was a fantastic conversation with Israel Mbonyi. Remember that he's going to be performing tomorrow, so get your tickets and go for, that time of worship. And I've seen quite a bit of excitement. Actually, not a bit, a lot of excitement among Kenyans with regards to this concert. So make sure you get your tickets and go there and praise God. Sijapatiwa tickets, so I'll try to look for one. So just about to take a short commercial break, but listen up as Sacco celebrates its 50th anniversary. Now, they are proud to mark 5 decades of trust, stability, and reliable service. Whether you are an existing member or seeking a financial partner with a proven track record, Sacco offers the experience, longevity, and commitment that you can definitely count on. Well, join Sacco in celebrating 50 years of empowering lives with financial security. Can you imagine that? 50 years. So if you want to know more about them, the information is out there. Sacco celebrating 50 good years. All right, so that announcement and information takes us to yet another break. But of course, when we come back, we'll be listening in to Willis Ochieng. He's going to be joining us from Kisii County for Which is Which. Yeah, I've seen so many people saying, okay, Willis, do we say this or this? Do we say castle or castle? So we'll be listening to him in just a few moments. Do not go away. We'll be right back.
This Friday with Betty, brought to you by Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care with 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care for your shade of beautiful.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in? I was number 2. What position were you? Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So,
This Friday with Betty, brought to you by Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. With 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. For your shade of beautiful.
And welcome back to this Friday. Now, like I mentioned just before we went on a break, Sacco is celebrating their 50th anniversary. And of course, they're proud to mark 5 decades of trust, stability, and reliable service. Whether you are an existing member or seeking a financial partner, with a proven track record, Sacco offers the experience, longevity, and commitment you can actually count on. Well, you can join Sacco in celebrating 50 years of empowering lives with a financial security. Congratulations to 50 years. That's a lot, Sacco. You go on. All right, so we want to get straight to our Which is Which segment with the one and only Willis, the word master. Willis Ocheng joining us live and direct from KC. Willis, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, Betty, though I have a bit of cold and some cough, but the voice is clear.
Not to worry, Willis. I think there's something going around because I also have a bit of a sore throat. But the show must go on, right? Yes. All right.
Yes.
Okay, Willis. Let's get straight to it. Let's start to my words, my pick, and I'll start with this word, and I'll spell it out. It's a mouthful. Haphazard. How do we go about that, Willis?
Can you try first, Betty?
Haphazard. Haphazard.
You're right. You say haphazard.
Okay.
What we should avoid is saying haphazard. Many people innocently say that, Betty. But
yes.
The way you have pronounced it, though reluctantly, but very, very spot on. That is haphazard.
Okay, got you, Willis. Thank you for that. Now, I'll go to, I think, the most difficult one of the night. I'll also still spell it out, Willis. This one is Haemorrhage. Hey, that one, Willis, just talk to us about it.
Betty, you say hemorrhage. Hemorrhage.
Okay.
Not hemorrhage. Not a hemorrhage. You say hemorrhage. Hemorrhage. A bit tricky for some of these words.
Okay. Is it the same as hemoglobin? Hemoglobin? Is that how you say that
when
other
you
word?
say hemo. Hemo. That A and E in hemo, they function as a digraph. That is a combination of 2 letters representing one sound, Betty. So you say he with a long high front sound, E. Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. Okay. But this one, hemorrhage.
Okay,
hemorrhage.
Okay. I hope our audience will remember the different pronunciations, Willis. Okay, moving to this other one. Do we say rhetorics, rhetoric? How do we go about this particular word, Willis?
Betty, the problem is many people say rhetorics, rhetorical.
Yes.
No, the first E in that word that is after H takes the mid-front sound E. You say re, not re. Rhetorics.
Okay.
Rhetorics.
Rhetorics,
yes.
It is, Willis. Thank you so much for that. Willis, yes. Do you have any other words that you want us to talk about before we get to our surprise and our word for the day that we started with?
Betty, I have so many questions, but we can't handle them for tonight because, as I told you, I am not very fine. That is because of the cold and the cough, but also the time. So we handle very few of them for tonight. I know our viewers will understand. And I start with Mbai Stephen of Nairobi. You say subtle. Subtle, not subtle. Subtotal. Subtotal. Biscuit. Biscuit, not biscuit and not biscuit. Lastly, buffalo. Buffalo, not buffalo. Then we have Rashid too at Vincent. You say Odyssey. Odyssey, not Odyssey. Odyssey and acumen. Then lastly, we have Felix Obora. You say for that auxiliary verb. I am. But the contraction or the short form with I''M, you say I'm. Then finally, we have Kefanya Riki. We salute you on behalf of all those people who love this show that much. Otherwise, Betty, because of time and my condition, allow me to go straight to the surprise word for tonight. Now, when we talk about a small accident, let us avoid saying mishap. Mishap, no. The S and H are pronounced separately. You say mishap. If you can see the phonetic transcription right here, you say mishap. Mishap. Otherwise, Betty, can you take us to that word which people have tried on the street?
Exactly. Let's hear the word on the street, and let's actually hear what Kenyans had to say with this particular pronunciation, Willis.
Perspicacious. Perspicacious.
Preparations. No. Preparations. Perspicacious.
Perspicacious. Perspicacious.
Prescriptious. You mentioned prescriptious.
Perspicacious.
Perspicacious.
All right, Willis, I will not even crucify any of those Kenyans because I do not even know how to go about it. Willis, take us through how to pronounce that word.
We simply try to test our tongues. Now, you say perspicacious. Perspicacious. When you are talking about being able to understand something or somebody quickly and clearly. Perspicacious. Just like a perspicacious remark. And Quintine is the one who asked about castle. You don't say castle. You say castle and camouflage. Otherwise, if you have words, just send them to this handle at Willis Ochieng 1 any day of the week, or you can use at Betty M. Kialo or at TV47 News, and we'll handle your words. Next week, expect more fireworks. Betty, back to you.
Thank you so much, Willis. Really appreciating your contribution to the show tonight. And of course, definitely looking forward to what, we'll be tackling come next week, Friday. Thank you very much, Willis, joining us right from Kisii.
You're welcome, Betty.
From Kisii County. All right. So we are about to wind up the show, but of course, like I mentioned earlier, we have some great news for our ladies. And of course, we're talking about the Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care Body Lotion, which is really a game changer for us as women. Now, let me tell you all about it. It provides 48 hours of deep nourishment and reduces the appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. Imagine that. Now, this lotion is made to meet our unique skincare needs as beautiful African women, of course, giving us a solution that truly works. It not only nourishes but also deeply moisturizes the skin to prevent dry, ashy skin, and with the 5 vitamins and 5 oils, there's really no need to mix additional oils to your Nivea Radiant and Beauty Body Lotion. Now, the lotion by itself is enough to give you well moisturized skin for 48 hours. Can you imagine that? You will love how your skin feels and looks, because Nivea is your shade of beautiful. All right, so that's where So that's where we actually wrap up the show tonight. We really appreciate your company right from 9 p.m. And you know what? My colleague Shiksha Arora is actually starting a new show tonight, Tribe 47. I'm sure you've seen a lot of noise on social media about it, and it's actually starting tonight. Welcome, Shiksha. Do support. She's going to be dancing here a lot, and we're wishing you all the best as you start your new journey here at TV 47, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So guys, tune in to Tribe 47. My name is Betty Kialo. See you next week.